what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and in the box we have the Traxxas Maxx. This is the new 1/10 scale 4-wheel drive baby brother to the x-maxx as far as the basic build of this thing. It's just in a much smaller package, runs on 4S batteries. You guys just saw the beauty shots of this. What we're going to do now is we're going to take it out of the box, show you what you can expect when you get one of these and you unpackage it, and we'll take a look at all of the goodies inside. So let's do it. All right, guys, so the packaging on this is really superb looking. They've got a lot of details on it for you. These are the models that are available in the beginning as far as colors: red, blue, and then this orange blue version. Here you can see the speeds based on the type of battery that you use and the pinion and spur gear combination, and the skill level that they say is required kind of those speeds. On the front of the box, we can see it's the 4S version, 55 plus miles an hour. And it's looking good. Here on the side, we see all the details. The 4S power system that is installed on this, the VXL 4S speed controller, all new Traxxas design for it, as well as their motor with the big old fan on it. Self-righting system included, clipless body mounting as seen in the other x-maxx versions, waterproof electronics, which are always great, and then it says max strength at 1/10 scale. The back of the box looks like just a big old poster you could cut out and stick on your wall. Very sharp looking. So last but not least, it talks about the TQI controller that comes with it, and that it can run Bluetooth to enable their Traxxas link on your phone. But it also gives you a quick look at the tires and all the different parts and components of the vehicle. The drivetrain, shocks, servo, the drive shafts, they call max duty drive shafts here. And then the impact absorbing chassis, which is a really tough chassis as evidenced by the previous version of the x-maxx. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull this out upside down. In one side of styrofoam is the controller. That has to be pulled out. Didn't that sound fantastic? Alrighty, guys, let's go through this from the most boring to the most interesting parts. That way you won't leave early. Ha ha ha, I have to keep you stuck in here. Here is an adapter. It looks like for your battery tray, if you want to run 3S maybe. All right, yes, so this is a battery spacer that you can use to be able to hold different size of battery. It'll clip on to the tray and hold down smaller battery packs that aren't as wide as maybe a 4S. Get a small little toolkit here with a wrench for your tires, it looks like, and a couple Allens in there. Lots of different little manuals that come with it. TQI performance guide, talking about all the stuff you can do with the controllers, which is pretty impressive actually for a out-of-the-box controller unit. Here is the actual Maxx manual with the part breakdowns and all of that. This is going to be more of your start guide here. But they give you a quick start guide telling you how to work all the different things, work with the ESC, things to do before you drive, how to install your battery, and then your warranty paperwork. So let's get rid of all of this. Take a quick look at their controller, which really do feel pretty good for a stock controller that has menus and set buttons here to be able to go through your manual and be able to program this, as well as the basic stuff right up front, your steering trim, as well as your TSM setting right here, which is basically steering assist and throttle assist, and that basically helps you keep it straight. So they're saying on road, you want to bring it down, maybe 25%, off road go up to 50%. As far as helping with steering, and if you want to turn it all the way off, you just zero it all the way down to the left. But foam grip, feels good in the hand, takes 4 AA batteries, not included, so you will have to get those yourself. Alrighty, guys, so here it is, the Traxxas Maxx. This is the first delivery model. You can see it's got the light bar here included up front, as well as here in the rear. Wheelie bar. It's got some flex to it, kind of nice. The wheels have these kind of cool colored plastic washers in there, which I thought were interesting. I was curious about them when I saw them for the first time. The body does have up front here these little plastic washer type things molded in plastic around the nuts to try and keep them from breaking through the Lexan like we've seen in the older ones that they've kind of tried to make adjustments to. You do also have skid plates here on the top of the body, and overall looks pretty good. Tires do have foam in them. They look kind of like a smaller version of the X-Maxx tire. But overall, I mean, the truck looks really good. The chassis underneath, all hex hardware on here, blacked out, super nice looking plastic. Now these, you know, aren't very thick. You know, you see a lot of A-arms now getting thicker and thicker. These are thick top to bottom, but there's not a whole lot of plastic in here, which will make it a little bit lighter, but it's a substantial truck. Even without the battery in it right now, suspension feels real good. Oh my goodness. That's a little more what I was expecting. Oh man, that one, got to get the four wheels to hit at the same time, and boy does it plant. Looks super good. All right, so the body clipping mechanism. Take this guy, give it a little turn, lift up like so, and pull back, and it'll slide right off. I love that system. Now it isn't without some flaws. It does come off if you hit really hard, but I'm okay with that. It prevents the body from breaking or any extra wear to it that might happen if it didn't pop off. So that's something to think about. But boy, look at this thing. I mean, this is a 10th scale. I'm seeing some of my monster trucks here in the rear, and it definitely feels like a 10th scale truck. And it feels like a monster truck and not a truggy. It doesn't have the really wide arms and the offset, super offset wheels for it. It has the stance taller of a monster truck as well. It's independent suspension, which isn't very monster truck like, but it is performance driven, and that's where those shocks really do hold up to bashing, being independent suspension like that. Not the shocks, but the whole system, the arms and all that. Right here is your battery tray. It's gonna lift up, well, because I'm holding it up, and flip open like so to be able to drop in your batteries. It is running the Traxxas connector. I have Venom batteries and they have an adapter, so we'll be able to adapt to this. Here is the very large steering servo that is top mounted, which is different from most RCs, and unique a lot to the X-Maxx, I think. There may be some other trucks that do something similar, but it is definitely in the X-Maxx and something we've seen there. All right, we're gonna get in here close, guys, to the inside of the vehicle here and take a look at the electronics that are included. It does have the VXL 4S waterproof ESC. Now, Traxxas does not give any details about the amperage of this ESC. What they do say is that it has a built-in cooling fan, real-time telemetry for your Traxxas link, which is really cool. 10 gauge silicone wires with 6.5 millimeter bullet connectors on there. On here, machined heat sinks and integrated protection circuits. So again, it is a waterproof unit. As over here, you've got their motor, which is a 2,400 kV 4-pole motor, 5 millimeter output shaft on it with a huge heat sink and cooling fan installed right on here, guys. As you can see in here, on the top is your lights controller, and that really does the output. High voltage power amplifier that you can use to control your lighting system on here, which is pretty slick, and we'll take a look at when we put a battery in here. So it does have a servo saver on here, and your receiver is tucked in right underneath this box, but it is waterproofed. It does say that it's 55 plus miles per hour out of the box using a 4S LiPo battery, 60 miles an hour if you change the spur gear and the pinion, which are tucked right underneath these couple screws here to get in there. So it doesn't look like it's too hard to get in there. If it's anything like the X-Maxx, it's really easy to work on. So the drivetrain on this thing is plastic drive shafts, guys. That's one thing people have been asking about. Again, it has big aluminum shock bodies on here with plastic shock caps. but the reservoirs themselves are, looks like aluminum and colored. It does have a plastic upper and lower arms, which don't worry me. The ingenuity that they have in this plastics has been proven, and I think it's going to be very durable. Let's go ahead and pop off one of these and show you the 17 millimeter hexes that come installed for you to be able to put some big tires on here. So that is just a plastic washer that just went falling to the ground. But here you get a good look at how all of this is set up with the carrier hub. All of that looks nice and strong. It does have some blue Loctite on there. But you can see all the plastic. Again, I am a fan of plastic. I have no problems with plastic being used. Down low here, you do have some adjustability for your shocks. Not a whole lot. Not any up top. That's your one spot that you're going to be able to mount with the way that this whole chassis and shock tower are integrated into one piece. But not something you really need to change on this unit. But you can see in here the 17 millimeter hub on there. The hex, I guess, kind of a hex. But you'll be able to put some big stuff on there. The plastic washer here, which just slides inside the wheel, which is cool because you can change out the colors then. A little look here inside the tire, the offset. So it really goes in over and covers. It does not have a pretty wide offset. They really cover up and bring that wheel in there nice and narrow, which it did look a little bit tumbly in there for me. If you ask me, guys, some of the videos I've seen, quite a few rollovers on jumps and cornering. So we'll see. It's always hard to judge some of that based on other people's driving styles, but same for me. So if you guys watch me and you think, wow, that thing doesn't look like it handles well, well, you don't know until you try it for yourself and your driving style and skill, how it's gonna handle. But next thing that we would do is slap in a battery here. So got a 4S Venom LiPo battery with several little adapters on here right now to get it converted to the Traxxas adapter, because mine were converted over. Ah, that's gonna be problematic. Maybe I can turn it on its side. No, you have to just bend these down and see what happens. Push the wires in order to get it to lock. Where they're molded trays like this. I don't want to have to run your batteries. Car manufacturers, I want to be able to run whatever battery I want to run. So this is kind of maddening. That's really going to crimp on that wire. So one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out this extra padding that they've supplied to give myself a little bit more room. Maddened again by battery trays. Look at it crimping on that because the wires don't come out the end, which is what their batteries probably do. Well, we'll show you the lights. Here we go. Showing you the light module. And if I hit this button here, it'll actually change the intensity of it or turn it on and off. So there's off, low, and high range. We'll show you the backlights as well. So those are showing the brake lights, and I'm sure in reverse that would maybe go white. Guys, I can't believe how frustrated I am by this right here. It's stolen a lot of the joy I had for getting this vehicle, honestly. And not being able to just run out there and run it without completely obliterating and destroying my battery packs, putting them in here. So pretty typical 4S battery size. I'll take off this so no one can say, well, it's because you had that Velcro on the bottom. I can probably get it on its side like this for now. If I push really hard and don't ever need to get the battery back out. Slide the battery down just a little bit here. Give me some flex room on both sides here. Push really hard. Oh, now the back popped out. And look at that bend. Yeah. All right, it's in there. We'll be able to do a run with it and then figure out what we're gonna do about the battery tray situation to solve it in the future. All right, guys, so that is a quick look at the Traxxas Maxx, the first delivery unit with the light bar installed. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really like what Traxxas has done here, minus one big, huge thing, which is the battery compartment. That is a big bummer, Traxxas. I wish that you would have done a more standard style or made it so that it would fit bigger sizes and be able to use these kind of adapters that you did include to fit some of the smaller sizes. That it doesn't fit a traditional size 4S it's a bummer, because people have lots of batteries already, and when they spend as much as you are charging for this thing on a new truck, they shouldn't have to buy all new battery packs to go in it if they already are in the hobby. So you definitely lose points in my book for that, but all of the rest of the stuff I am impressed with as much as I am with the x-maxx, and we'll wait to see how it handles in this smaller size. But I do look forward to running it now that I do have a battery jammed in there as tight as can be. Just hope that the battery door will hold and we won't start a fire on the first run with this thing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you like about this thing? Are you planning to get one? What do you think about the battery compartments that people are coming out with these days, with these plastic molded compartments that don't fit a bunch of different sizes of batteries versus Velcro, which can be adapted to fit just about any size battery. But as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.